guys, this is Renuka and you're watching my channel Book Review by Renuka. If you like my videos, please do hit the button subscribe. Today I shall be talking about the autobiographies that I have read so far. I love reading autobiographies because it gives you an insight on the person. You get to know everything about that person. The first autobiography on my list is An Unsuitable Boy by Karan Johar. See, I'm not a very big fan of Karan Johar. I've watched his movies, but they're all okay movies. They're not all that great, okay, out of the box. They're okay movies. But I've also seen his Coffee with Karan, and that is where I kind of, started liking him. He's a very good speaker, first of all. He's got these great oratory skills, and he can speak very well. And that quite impressed me. And I always felt that there was something that he was hiding. There was some kind of a pain within that he was hiding, not showing to the world. But when I happened to see this book, his autobiography, I decided to go for it because I wanted to know more about Karan Johar as a person. See, what I liked about this autobiography was that Karan has been very honest in this autobiography, this book of his, and he's just bared his heart to the world, and he doesn't care what the other people think about him. In the first few chapters, Karan has spoken about his childhood, his growing years, his relationship with his parents, and honestly speaks about the complexes that he had as a child. First of all, he was a fat, round child, and then he was also associated with words like effeminate, chubby, fatty, fancy. So all these words used to really bother him. He also felt more connected with girls than boys. In the beginning of the book, Karan says that he wouldn't be discussing about his sexuality. But then nowhere in the book has Karan stated that he's a gay. But then he's left enough clues for the reader to think otherwise. See, I really like the first part of the book where Karan speaks of his shortcomings and how he tried his best to overcome these shortcomings and turn them into his strengths. That part is quite interesting, but then later what happens is that he starts talking about his friends, and then things start getting repetitive. That's where the book starts losing its steam. If you ask for my honest opinion, I don't think this book had that kind of an effect on me. I was not much impressed by this book, and I would rate this book a 3.5 out of 5. Now the next autobiography I would like to speak about is I Am Jackie Chan, My Life in Action. This was the best autobiography I've read in ages, believe me. Jackie Chan has had such an interesting life. There was not a single moment of boredom in this book. Jackie Chan talks about his childhood, and then he talks about the rigorous trainings that he had as a child. He also talks about his love life and his life achievements. His life is worth making a movie on, and such an inspirational book. I almost felt like I was watching an action movie in my mind. I repeat that this was the best ever autobiography I'd read in my life, and worth every cent of your money. I recommend this book to everybody who's listening to me right now. Please go ahead and grab this book, buy it, because it is worth it. It is quite an experience, I would say. And as far as the rating is concerned, I would rate it a 5 out of 5. Next on my list is the biography of Oprah Winfrey by Helen S. Carson. So I purchased this book with great expectations and look forward to reading it. But the thing is that the truth is that this book does not do justice to the life of Oprah. Oprah represents the American spirit, and she's quite a successful entrepreneur. Since it was Oprah's story, I had great expectations from this book, and I thought that it would just blow me, but then none of that happened, and so by the end of the book, I felt cheated. Okay, now comes the rating. I would give it a 2 out of 5. Now the next on my list is the autobiography by Soha Ali Khan, The Perils of Being Moderately Famous. Now this is one wonderful book, okay. I really enjoyed reading this book. Soha Ali Khan is at her best, and she has done a marvelous job. Her writing shines throughout the book, and I strongly recommend this book to you, friends. And I've also done a review of this book. Please check it on YouTube. The last autobiography which I will be talking about today is Pullam Pulla by Rishi Kapoor. Now, in his autobiography, Rishi Kapoor has written about his childhood, about the Raj Kapoor dynasty. He speaks about his father, a lot about his father and grandfather, and then he speaks about his youth and the times, the adventures, and the fun that he's had in his youth, and then he also speaks about his love life. Rishi Kapoor in this book has himself confessed that he's an arrogant man, and throughout the book he comes across as an arrogant, insecure, short-tempered man. Towards the end of the book, I felt a certain sense of respect for Neetu Singh. Now, Neetu Singh herself has confessed that her husband is the most difficult man to live with. But still, even even after 37 years, they're still together. She could have walked easily, she could have given up on this relationship and walked away, but she didn't do that. Now, as far as the rating is concerned, I would give this book a 3.5 out of 5. Bye, Renuka. I'm signing off for today. Till we meet tomorrow again at the same time. Goodbye.